Hey guys, Rose Romance Podcast here. We are here today with local author Lillain Lyle. She is here with her debut novel, The False Start. We had a signing today, and I think it went well.
Yeah.
You happy?
Yeah.
Yay!
It was very fun.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about this book.
So this is my debut. It came out in September. It features Cal, who is a tight end for the Chicago Avalanche, and Lila, who is our boss babe, corporate consultant girly. We love her. She's very corporate, climb the ladder girl, finance girly in Chicago.
Okay.
And they meet through mutual friends.
Okay.
And it's very friends to lovers. Okay. They're dealing with some external emotional factors. End up in a one-bed situation.
Love a one-bed trope.
There's some fun extra pieces to that.
Okay.
You figure it out when you read it.
Yeah, I want to spoil it.
And yeah, he's so down bad for her, and she just has a lot kind of going on.
Does he fall first?
He falls first and harder.
Yay, we love that. And what's the spice level?
I would give it 3 chili peppers. Ooh. The spice in it is spiced. It's hot.
Okay.
But it's not constant.
It's
like there are, I think, 5 to 6 chapters where there is like a content warning of spice, out of like 40. So
sounds good.
Kind of peppered in.
All right. So I'm going to start with my author questions.
Okay.
I've got some new ones, so
Okay. I'm ready.
When did you start writing? Have you always written, or did you just start?
I started officially writing during COVID.
Okay.
I wrote some fan fiction.
Mm-hmm.
And so started that, and then kind of transitioned to writing original fiction from an idea that came about as part of writing fan fiction. Probably in 2022, I made the decision. So I've been working on this specifically for about 3.5 years.
Oh, okay.
By the time it finally came to the publisher.
Yeah. So this is your first book.
Yes.
And a lot of, honestly, some other authors that I have interviewed, a lot of them have been writing since they were kids. You know what I mean?
Not me. I'm a math girl.
I'm a math girl.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was like, duh.
So yeah, writing was never my thing. I would have never said that
you're going to be an author,
be a writer. Yeah. I think I remember I wrote like a short story. My family moved when I was a kid, and I wrote like a short story or whatever, basically putting all my feelings into that. And it was like, 5 pages or whatever, notebook paper, handwritten. But that was the only thing I've ever like written creatively ever. So
that's kind of cool though.
Until this,
guys, you can do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
You just got to have the want and the love to do it.
Yep. You just have to push through and make it happen.
Yes. So, what is your writing process like?
Ooh, so I am an outliner. I am a plotter.
Okay.
As opposed to a pantser. I do not understand.
So
a plotter is where you like have an outline and you kind of follow it, and you kind of know where the whole story is going from the beginning, and you have it plotted out. You have an outline
plotted.
Yep.
And then you just go in and fill in.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
And then pantser is like you just sit down and you write. And then sometimes that's like, I know some friends that's like different scenes and they piece them together later. And some they just like pick up where they left off and they just like write whatever kind of comes, and it just builds the story as you go. I sit down and I come up with,
if I did it that way, I would just be off on a tangent.
Yeah.
I swear.
I do not know how people do that at all.
I feel like an outline is a very smart way to do it. I would just go off on tangents. I'd be like, oh, and then there was this dog in the street, and then I followed the dog, and I would just be done.
Yep. Yeah. So I do a loose outline. It's like a chapter outline. So I start and I have an idea of, okay, it's probably going to be around 30 to 40 chapters. It's like a reasonable amount for a full-length novel, right? So then I kind of split it into thirds, and I have, okay, like we're going to start here. We're going to intro. This is dual POV. The second book is dual POV.
Thank you.
So
I think all books should be dual point of view.
Yeah. So it's easier, I think, to set it up that way when I'm plotting, because then I'm like, okay, well, this is Lila's POV. We're going to introduce her. Okay, now we're in Cal's POV. So there's some intro for him. And then, we're going to go from where we left off into the next part of the scene.
Okay,
usually,
gotcha.
Right? From his POV. So it helps to kind of set it up that way. And then I know, okay, And that's it. It's just bullet points
Mhm.
kind of in general overview, and then I have to go in and fill it out and fill it in and make sure that it connects. And sometimes, like when I got here, I got to chapter, 20 something out of 40 and got to a point and I was like, "Oh, this doesn't work anymore. I don't want this here." So then I
Oh,
kind of if that happens, then it's editing
right.
the outline, but then I do go back and kind of just adjust and make sure it all still flows to the end. And then you fix any of that stuff in like your developmental edit. But I
Gotcha.
have to do a loose outline to
Outline
start.
you're an outliney girl.
Yes.
Got it. We had an author, I can't remember who it was right now, but they wrote all the smut at the end
Oh, so
and
they
then
just wrote
put it
like
back
sex
in.
scene. That would be
Isn't
interesting.
that crazy? I was like,
Yeah, I
wow.
do have to write chronologically. I know people will not do that, but in
Mhm.
my mind, I have to because I do add stuff like it's not a fully fleshed outline. So like I do kind of have to write chronologically so I know where the characters are for the next
And that
point
point,
of the
yeah,
scene.
right,
Yeah.
right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so what are your favorite and least favorite parts about writing a romance novel? Did you have anything that
Mm.
you loved or that you just didn't like, "Oh my god, this is a drag." You know what I mean?
It definitely just depends on what mood I'm in, I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
There were some points where I really like I had to write a really emotionally heavy, draining scene and I was in a rough place like with work and just I was not in a place to like add depression to my life. Right? Casually. And so I was like kind of I had like it's not really writer's block because I like knew what I needed to write and I knew that I needed to write it, but I just
You weren't
wasn't
in the
I
headspace.
could not like get myself to like sit down and do it. So that was tough. Um, and I would say that's like the worst part about like writing chronologically is if I'm not in a place to like write the thing that needs to happen next, it's really hard
Oh.
to like get myself through that like hump. Smut is really fun to write if I'm like in a place where I can write that. I tend to write a lot of smut on a like on planes. Like I wrote most of my scenes while I was
Interesting.
on a plane. I don't know what happens when I'm
On a plane.
10,000 feet in the
It's like your
air.
aphrodisiac.
Yeah, I'm, like, up there and I'm like, "And he put it here?" Like, yeah, and then I'm like, "Ooh, this person next to me," maybe it's, like, a weird I don't know. Like, they'll be able to see and they know I'm an author.
Oh,
I don't know, but
that's
it's very
funny.
strange. But Smuts can be fun to write. Yeah, I would say I don't know if that's my favorite part of the process,
I get what you mean.
but it's fun.
I can understand where that would be hard if you're, like, in a bad space just personally, like, to
Mhm.
just keep going um would just seem hard, to
Yeah.
be able to, categorize that in your head, but I've seen a lot of authors and they're like, "Oh, I wrote 5,000 words today."
Mhm.
Do you guys keep word counts?
Yeah.
Oh.
So a lot of people so this book is like 101,000 words and some
101
change.
100 okay.
Yeah.
Say it
So like
again?
101,000 and then
Got it.
like 300 and something
Got it,
or
got it,
like
okay.
some change. So she's hefty.
She is.
But
And I will tell you that you've chosen my favorite paper to print your book on. Listen, I
what
am
does that
very
mean?
judgmental about paper of books, okay?
Okay.
There's the white paper.
Yes.
I feel like it's fake paper. It's not even real, okay? It has
Yeah.
no smell. There's nothing good about it.
It's like weird. It's a weird texture too. It's like
And
shiny.
then there's the paper that all the trad publishers are on, and
It's
it's
real
real thin
thin.
and it's
Hmm.
recycled paper. This
Hmm.
is premium paper right here.
Ugh.
It has the best smell.
Okay.
This is my favorite
I don't know
paper.
if I've smelled it.
Oh my god, are you okay?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever really paid attention to
Man,
it.
I'm gonna need you gotta do more research. Perfect. I could
Good
sniff
book
them all
smell.
day. I could sniff them all day. Trust me, it's gonna sell your book.
Perfect. No, I
Jackie
do.
Paper approved. Who's your favorite author?
I
I asked you this.
struggle with this
Yeah,
question
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
I read a lot of fantasy, so I would say that like generally it would be some kind of fantasy author, and it would usually be whatever world I'm kind of obsessed with at the moment.
Got it. Okay,
So
that
like
makes sense.
personally, right now, I'm like really looking forward to the new Percy Jackson series
Oh,
coming out, like the
nice.
new
My daughter
season.
loves those books.
I love them.
She's 22. I didn't make you sound like you're
No,
reading 10-year-old
I'm
books.
28. I usually do a full reread of all of them like every couple years because
Right.
I read or the initial 10, I guess, for the main
Hmm.
storyline. And so I do a reread every couple years. And so I might do that again with the new series coming out. But I don't know if he's like my favorite author. I really like for romance Tessa Bailey. I feel like
Yes.
she can do no wrong.
What is the one called, the blue one and the duet? Where's
Christina Lauren.
no. And Tessa Bailey's book, The Summer.
Oh, The Summer I Turned Pretty.
No.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm
It
talking
happened
about?
one summer.
Yes. The way that book had a chokehold on me, and I
Yes.
could not put it down until like 3:30 in the morning reading that book. I love that book.
That was my first one by her. I have since read the second one in that series and everything but the newest in her sports lineup.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think they're really fun.
Yes.
You know exactly what you can expect. Nothing ever seems too heavy. But at the same time it feels, in my opinion, very like easy. I don't have to suspend reality.
Gotcha.
Like it feels just like very natural progression of relationships, even though it's like fast and like,
No,
I don't know, how realistic is it that you
Yes.
meet like a fisherman and like he happens to be hot and single in like a town with 60 people, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's fine. I love that book.
it's it really is crack. I think she puts actual drugs in her books.
Are there any authors that you pull inspiration from? Or is that a no-no?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like at some level it's a little bit hard because like you do tropes and everybody
Right.
does similar
Everybody does
tropes.
tropes. Exactly.
And like you might read a book and try to be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like,
oh, but I could do it this way.
yeah.
It's not copying, so it's kind of inspiration. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I guess it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Too.
I do also try to not read in genre when I write.
That makes
Just
sense.
to help, because I will very much like translate.
Is that an original thought, or did I read that?
Exactly.
Right.
It's so easy, and then you get in your head about it, and if it is an original thought, then you're like, oh
Right.
God. So I read a lot of fantasy, or I'll read like more strictly like this is sports romance, so I like won't read sports romance at all
while you're writing
while I'm
this.
doing them.
Yeah. Go into some mafia or something, something completely different. That makes sense.
Dark historical. I like working my way through the Outlander books, and I'm on like book 5. So
They're so good.
They are. I do really enjoy them, but they also are like really long and dense. So I have to be like in the mood to kind of like pay attention to them. So it takes a while.
Yeah.
But I'll like go and read that for a little bit, or I just read the last 2 Hunger Games books. I was behind on the newer ones that came out.
Newer ones. I won't even read them.
They're so good.
My daughter said they were so freaking good.
So good. I just finished the last one. Like,
was the last one
ago.
The president's story, or
it was
his name story?
Haymitch's was the most recent one. Yeah.
Yeah, and she was like, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was so good. I like was like on the edge of my seat. It was so good. But yeah, so like I'll like do something like that. I'll like do more YA or like dystopian instead, just
and that
because
makes
I
perfect sense.
Yeah, I
that
can't
makes perfect sense.
shift my brain enough
to keep them separated. Do you have a favorite romance trope?
Only one bed for sure.
Right. So that's the next part is, or a favorite trope to write.
Only one bed for sure. I don't know what it is, because it is so incredibly unrealistic.
Right.
That like
you'll end up with one bed.
You will always end up in one bed, and
right.
there will always be a situation where like where they don't sleep on the floor, like but the amount of tension.
Yes. And like they're driving somewhere and then they get stuck in a snowstorm. The motel's booked up except for one room. Yep. It's just perfect.
Yes,
it is perfect.
So I fear there will never be a book I write that does not have a one bed, because I love it so much.
Yeah.
I don't know, like this has a one bed. I don't have it written for book 2, but like
now you're thinking of where can I add it?
Well, so there's an apartment stay. There's like a flood, and so there's like a staying at the apartment.
There we go.
But, so I guess technically it's like forced proximity that I really love.
Yes.
Which in most cases comes into an only one bed. I did read an only one horse by Jessica Peterson.
Yes.
In Cash, which that was my first ever cowboy romance. Highly recommend it. It was great. That also did it for me.
Gotcha.
So it's really the forced proximity of
it. Yeah. If I was to ever write, they would all be age gaps.
Okay.
That is my jam. I live in age gaps. I've been married for like 23 years, and he's 12.5 years older than me.
Okay.
So I just dig them all.
Okay.
Like I love them all.
Yeah.
Give it all to me.
I feel like I don't gravitate towards that. They're fine if they are in something else, but I'm never like, ooh, that is.
Yes.
That's what's going to do it for me.
Age gap? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Single dad? Absolutely. There's certain
Oh,
ones that
yeah.
I just love. Are you gonna do any single dads or single moms?
There is a single mom Christmas novella.
I love that you already have these planned out. I think that's so cool. Like, I could never. Like, I would be like, nope, I changed my mind.
Do you want a little bit of secret? That one actually does have some inspo
Oh,
from the movie Game Plan, if you're familiar.
I'm not. What is that?
Okay, it has The Rock in it, and he finds like a long lost daughter who appears.
Is it the girl with the curly hair?
Yes.
Okay, I have seen that movie.
And she like does ballet, and then he
Yes.
ends up with ballet teacher. Okay,
Yes.
just a little bit. It was like I like saw the scene in my head, and I was like, and I had written the character already. It is a character that exists in this, and it will just be like a fun Christmas novella focused on the
cute.
Nutcracker. But he retires and needs something to do, and like gets connected with the Chicago Ballet because he's like trying to volunteer time
Okay,
and lend himself.
Yep.
And if you know anything about the Nutcracker, they always need party parents for the party scene in the Nutcracker, and specifically party dads.
Okay.
So he volunteers to be in the Nutcracker, ends up meeting this little girl who is
Oh.
in the Nutcracker, and her mom, and like I have not outlined it, and I have not plotted it really.
Just what's in
But
your head.
that is like in my mind, it's like Nutcracker theme,
Oh, it's
ballet,
yes.
single mom, and novella. So short, sweet,
Sweet.
fluffy, just like cute.
Spicy.
Yeah, definitely,
Yes.
definitely spicy, fluffy, sweet,
Got
but
it.
not like
Too in depth.
drawn out. Yeah,
Okay.
like they kind of meet, and it's like pretty instant.
Right.
It'll just be fun. So that is kind of
I think Christmas novellas
in the
are perfect.
plan. Yeah, exactly. When you just want something kind of fun.
And short and sweet.
Exactly.
Next question. Where
Yes.
did the concept of false start come from?
Ooh, the title or the book?
The book.
Okay. I was watching a ton of football during COVID.
Okay.
I didn't do a lot else. Like I was working and I would watch football, and I got just really into football.
Okay.
And so I was playing fantasy football, and I was like I would watch it Monday night. I would go to the bar by myself Monday and Thursday
Right.
and watch it. And then I would watch with friends like all day Sunday. So I was just watching so much football, and I was like, oh my God. And I was reading fan fiction, and I was like writing, and I was like, oh my God, what if this person who I wrote fan fiction about, like, what if he played American football? Like, how hot would that be? And so I had like started like the first chapter or two or whatever as fan fiction. And then I was at a Tessa Bailey event actually for Fangirl Down, her first sports one, the golf book. And I was like listening to her talk or whatever. And I don't know how it like transitioned to my brain, but I was like, that's like that's like a completely original idea just with these characters. Those characters could be original characters.
Gotcha.
What if I decided to publish this and like tried to make it work? And so that was, I don't know when that book came. I think 2022 Valentine's Day was the event. Or maybe it was 2021. I could check.
Right.
But here we are. And it kind of just spiraled from there. The title came up. I was, brainstorming a bunch.
It's a perfect title for a football
Came
book.
out. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's like cute. It's like good for their story because they have a bunch of false starts in their relationship where it's like not quite the right timing, or they're not quite in the right spot until they kind of get it figured out. So yeah, that's where the false start originated.
Perfect.
The first scene that I ever wrote, and I said I write chronologically, and this is out of order.
Yes.
But this is the joy of fan fiction because you can post like little spicy one shots. If was the bathroom bar scene, which for anyone who has read it will probably be like, oh my God, pearl clutch. For anyone who has not, when you finish it, remember that was the first scene I ever wrote.
Got it. So where did the cover come for this book, and did you design it?
I did not really. So Sonia is my cover artist. Okay. She's in here. Go follow her on Instagram. She's great. And she had done art for a friend of mine.
Okay.
And I knew I liked her art, and it's not super cheap to get art and a cover done. And it was kind of do I pay the money and get it to be what I want, or do I go a cheaper route, or like, design on Photoshop or Canva myself? and decided to I wanted to create something that I knew I would be proud of, that I loved, and just bite the bullet of investment.
Is it over 1,000 or is it under 1,000? Like,
total was under. I also did it on a sale.
Listen, I'm just curious. Like, I'm being super nosy there.
No,
but
it depends for the art. I think.
I just want to say that you made absolutely the right choice.
Thank you very much.
As a bookseller,
Yeah.
your covers are your first impression, and ultimately whether you're going to sell your book or not.
Yep.
I haven't been doing this long. I've only been doing a year and a half. But what I've learned is you absolutely made the right choice. And when I was scrolling, it caught my eye. And I was like, hey, she's in Chicago.
Yep.
We should have her come down. You know? So I just want you to validate that you absolutely made the right choice.
No, I'm super happy with it. It's something that I'm like proud to show off and show people. She did a wonderful job. I gave her a brief concept. Like, I gave her some character descriptions, told her it was like football. I wanted like some city in the background.
Right.
She came up with basically the rest of it. I gave a little bit of outfit description. But I actually feel bad because I think artists would prefer that you give them more information.
Oh, really?
Well, I think if you're commissioning, like, unless you
that
really
makes sense.
like, you want to make sure that the first draft is like, you don't want to have to like redraft a ton of times. So I felt a little bad I didn't give her like a little bit more to work with, but I think the execution was great.
I agree.
And for book 2, I basically was like, hey, remember book 1? Same background. Here's the color. Like, here is the hex code.
And I think that's going to be so perfect of them melding together.
Yep. Yeah, and just different character descriptions. I did do the typography,
and I love it.
I did the title font and like the other, like the
subtitles and stuff.
Yeah, the subtitle or series title, and then the name. And I actually got super lucky because I picked these before I formatted it, and then I formatted it and happened to find. Let's see, where's a good one? You can see like the playlist in here, but the formatting like subtitles in here are like the same.
With it. Yeah,
so it just worked so well
nicely. Yeah.
So I will be using the same exact typography for the rest of the series, but I'm just really happy that it worked out. So
yes, very good job.
Thank you.
And last question, we kind of already hint on this a little bit, but you can give them a little bit of for future books.
Yes. So the goal is that it will be 7 with a couple novellas. We'll see if I get there. But it will be all in Chicago, variety of Chicago sports. I'm really, really excited for some of the women's sports we have.
That's going to be fun.
I wanted to do football because I love football.
Okay.
Book 2 is hockey.
Okay.
But there's going to be like some women's soccer, some women's basketball.
Yay!
Which I'm really excited. There'll be like rugby. I'm hoping for.
I don't love rugby. I've never like seen it, but I've seen TikTok videos.
Hot.
Wow, those men's legs are like size of tree trunks.
Yes,
Make
they
sure you
can
describe
throw
those
you
legs.
around. Yeah, I went to my first rugby game like a month ago, and I was like, I need to learn the rules. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to do so much research for that one. So that one got immediately pushed to the end.
Yeah.
But yes, my goal is to have it be a little bit hefty. But I'm really excited about them. So
perfect.
You have met, once you finish this, you will have met the characters for 2 of the novellas and 3 of the books.
Nice.
4 of the books. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, including this one.
Right.
So 3 additional ones. So
love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I try to introduce early so you can continue to get to know them.
And build the repertoire. Is that the right word? Something like that. I just make words up. It's fine.
Yeah.
I can't think of it. You're a writer. You're supposed to know all words.
I know.
What's wrong with you?
But yeah, one of my personal pet peeves is when it's like interconnected standalones, but then they've like introduced the character for the next book, like in the epilogue or like in the last chapter, and it's like a one scene intro.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, oh, and then here's this person, and I'm like, I don't
even know this person.
I don't know this person. What do you mean they're friends and hang out? Because there's like been one interaction.
Right.
Yeah. So
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, we have signed copies here at the bookstore. So if you missed today's signing, you can stop in any time and pick up a book.
Yes.
All right.
Bye.